Hey guys, welcome back to part 6 of the project build. I hope you are enjoying watching it as much as I am building it. This is where we are at the moment. So I'm not sure if you can notice from last time, but we have now put the boat on jack stands so we can get full access to the bottom of the hull. There's a few more bits and pieces that I need to finish. The hatch, the bottom of the roof, and the floor. We're going to be putting the floor in and should be ready to start sanding down for paint. So we've just grinded back all the areas I wasn't happy with on the hull, like little chips in the old gel coat and cracks. So we've grinded it all back and bogged where needed, and also fiberglass. So now we're just sanding back in preparation for the first layer of Flowcoat. Sanding down the hull is very important, so we're just using 40 grit sandpaper on the electric sanders, making sure that we get that shiny finish off, because that's what helps the paint stick. So this is underneath the hull where all the repair works were. There was a couple of blisters in the hull as well that we've grinded down past the fiberglass to glass back up, so it's nice and strong, and then we've used a polyester bog to fill the hole. There was quite a few blisters that we had to sort out, so if you don't sort them out now, they do get bigger, they do get worse. So we're very, very close to painting the bottom of the hull. Billy's just getting those last little bits. It's very important that you sand it well. So we're using 40 grit sandpaper, and you essentially want to get rid of the shine. So the whole underneath of the hull needs to be sanded, acetone, and that's when we start putting on our coat. So we're using a Flowcoat. It's very much similar to gel coat, but Flowcoat has a wax additive in there, so it actually dries the air. Gel coat doesn't, it stays tacky, so you can then apply more coats. So with a Flowcoat, every single layer we put on, we got to sand back and reapply. Just getting some plastic and laying it underneath the boat, so when we start applying the Flowcoat, it doesn't drip all over the concrete.
There you go, you drink the stuff. You mix it with a bit of cordial.
No, you do not drink acetone. Billy was just having a laugh, so we're just wiping down the whole boat underneath the hull with acetone to get rid of any of dust particles, so we can make sure we get a very good bond with the Flowcoat and the bottom of the hull. There she is. So just tend to give it a bit of a stir. It's probably been sitting on the shelf for a little bit. So, beautiful stuff. Hey Billy, come here mate. There you go. Get it an even spread. So now it's just applying the Flowcoat after you mix it with the catalyst. I think it's 1.5%, and we're just putting a nice thick layer on top of the hull. The bottom of the hull's first coat turned out really nicely, so we got to give it a full 24 hours to cure so we can sand it back and recoat. And we had a little bit of spare Flowcoat left over, so we decided just to paint the inside where the stringers are. So layer 1 turned out really, really nicely. So there's a couple of little pinholes that have seeped through on when we sanded down the bog. So it's a good time to fill those up. And then we got to sand down the whole hull again because the wax and styrene's now come to the surface to cure it. So you need to sand that layer off so you can recoat. Just before we start sanding back down for another layer, we're just using carbog to fill any pinholes because it's quick drying and easy to sand, and it's fine because it is a polyester based bog. So I've just gave underneath the hull a quick sand with 80 grit sandpaper to get rid of that shine for an extra coat, which we'll be doing next week. But while we've still got time in the day, I'm going to finish doing the hatch. So just finished sanding down all that excess bog, and we're just measuring it up to make sure we got under our 5.5 so we can start glassing up. There was a couple of little areas I wasn't happy with, so I'm just going to use the carbog once again just to fill in those little holes around the wood so we can get a nice clean surface for glassing. So from last episode you saw that I am fixing the roof because I had a crack in there, and we've replaced that using epoxy resin. So I'm going to be using the epoxy glass to fix the hatch. So we're going to be putting down 3 layers of cloth to make it nice and sturdy. So I gave the hatch a couple of days to dry and it turned out really nice. So what I'll do is I'll give it a test fit and then we'll sand it back and get it ready for a bit of filling. Turned out quite nice actually. So it's always good to double check with your hatch to make sure it does fit. There was a few little areas that I wasn't happy with. So what I'll do is I'll just use the epoxy filler to fill it up and make sure that that sits well and truly flush, because you don't want any salt water going inside your boat. So my cousin, he is a boat mechanic, and he gave me this template to drill the holes out for the outboard. So you're pretty much getting a line in the middle of the hull, setting it up and drilling the holes out. So just before we paint it, I'll drill those out. Well, we're 1 episode away from painting the beast, so I hope you guys are enjoying the series. You know, it's a lot of effort, 10 minutes of videos, almost 30-40 hours into the boat, so we're trying to record as much as we can. It's getting there. The floor's in. Billy's doing a really nice job sanding all the outside, getting it ready for paint, and we're just 1 step closer. So next week, stay tuned because we are doing a full restoration on the trailer. That was awesome. Spent a lot of time on that, so that came out really nice. So I'll see you guys next week. Take care. She's arrived. What do we got here, mate?
Someone ordered a motor.
Oh, the outboard's here, boys. Angry Mack Adventures, get on it.